Twisted Builds update. New product. Look at it. So, this is a collaboration between me and Nelson Martin. Nelson Martin's actually the inventor of this guy. So, this is a digital dash display. Now, the name's not final. We haven't decided on a name yet. That's what I'm calling it for the time being. Excuse me. So, this has a 4-gauge digital display output, 3.5-inch screen. And we have, right now it's set up for 3 pressure inputs and an IAT sensor. We're going to be selling these in a couple different configurations, mainly for gas and diesel guys. I know Nelson has some friends that are in the diesel market that are looking for screens like this, and I've got, my Firebird, my S10 that I want to use these in, and also some guys I know that would love to use these. The great thing about them is you saw the boot. That wasn't edited. That literally, we had to put a 3-second delay in it just to splash my logo on the screen. And after that, it literally goes right into its running mode. So I know like Raspberry Pi dashes and some tablet dashes and stuff, and some aftermarket stuff, just it takes a little while to boot them up. This thing is practically instant, which is amazing. I love it to death. So, it's a touch screen. So you can change, right now the code for the changing the values for the fuel label or whatever is still a work in progress. We're still working on it, but it's functional. We've got a couple bugs we got to work out, but I'll show you. So right now this is drive pressure for like turbo drive pressure. But say for instance I don't want drive pressure there. The sensor's hooked up to a map sensor, and I want boost pressure there. You're gonna go in there, change field description to boost pressure, click save, and you're done. Now it's a boost pressure gauge. So we have boost fuel oil. We also, let me go in here because I can't remember what all we have set up. Boost fuel oil, drive. I think that's it. Yeah. Boost fuel oil and drive. So we'll save that. Okay. So that's what we've got going on. So we also got air intake temperature down here and EGT. So if you want to change it for like the diesel guys who want to see EGT, change field description to EGT, click save, boom. We also have min and max warnings. So right now everything's shut off because this is only hooked up to a USB power supply for this video. It's not actually hooked up to a controller. But we have one of these working in car. Nelson has it in his, he's got a Volkswagen diesel, I think it's a Golf. Sorry, Nelson. Anyway, I'm actually splice that video in right here so you can see it working in action. He's actually got a couple he sent me, so I'm just going to splice them right in a row. Okay, so you saw it in action. Very nice unit. So right now we are still working on the design. This case design isn't final. I plan on taking the screws and moving them to the back of the screen, so that way it's a nice flush screen on the front. And then I'm also gonna, this is right now it's 3D printed because I'm still in like prototype testing. I'm going to be working with a company to get these injected molded once we start pumping out sales. We may sell the first few that are 3D printed. I may paint them to get rid of some blemishes, like sand them and paint them, because you can see, like right now you can see like the retractions and stuff on the screen bezel. these are going to be high dollar units. So this isn't going to be like most of the stuff I've sold in the past, because this stuff's not cheap. So we're going to be, as I said, I'm thinking about doing an injection molded case, because like for instance with my simple dial boost, you can see it's a nice smooth case. So because I'm running an injection molded case. Now this is a 3D printed bezel, but I couldn't get away from that. But and for the cost, it was, if I were to injection mold that, it drive the boost controller cost up. So because of that, obviously I just stick with the 3D printed parts. All my customers have been great. These ones though are going to be a high quality item. I want to get these mass marketed. So because of that, as I said, I'm going to be doing like a injected molded case for them, and they have suction cup mounts. This is actually one off of one of my dash cams. But we're still looking for a supplier for suction cups, because we plan on selling these as kits. So right now we're going to have 4 templates, 2 for gas, 2 for diesel, and they will be set up to where you can change. Like for instance, we're going to be also working with Low Dollar Motorsports. So we're going to be using his sensors with these packages. So his boost pressure gauges, his pretty much his temperature gauges. I actually got a couple in the mail to play with for prototyping on these. So I'm very excited to be working with them. I'm really hoping these take off well, because I've got several people that are interested in these. I know Nelson does too. And we're all kinds of excited. So as I said, let's see. I showed you about the labels and how you can change them. They also have min and max warnings. Now, I'm not going to show you how exactly they work, but I'll show you how to change the settings. So you just literally click the number. It'll bring up the control for that boost pressure field. So it's got a min warning and a max warning. I'm trying to get this. This is not going to let you see it. There we go. You can see I got one. I set -1 and 40. -1 was to turn off the min warning because it kept flashing at me. When these are actually connected to the controller that will be sold with these, that will connect to like the temperature sensors, pressure sensors, stuff like that. The max or the min and max work great. So you can go in there, you can change it. Say for instance, the boost pressure right now warning's at 40. Say I'm running this like my S10, I don't plan on going over 15. So say for instance I want a warning at 18 pounds. So you go in here, you click delete, kill the numbers, you click 18, so 18, click OK. Now it says 18 pounds. You click Save Settings, it'll save it. So you go back into the boost, click it again, boom. See, so max warning is 18. You can set your min warning to whatever. I'm going to cancel out of that field. And at that point, that part of the screen will turn red to let you know, hey, there's something wrong. Plus, you'll see like the boost label and everything, so you know which one it is. So it's a warning, like a warning display along with the pressure display. We also have, like for instance, brightness settings. So if you go to the settings screen, you can go and change the brightness, make it all nice and dim, make it nice and bright. So that way that's all adjustable. Return to gauge screen. Boom. So you got that. And then we got the graphing screen. So the graphing screen's still a little bit of a work in progress, but for the most part it's done. This is set up to where, like for instance, whenever I have this connected to a controller and it's reading these off, they're labeled on the screen. I'm thinking one of Nelson's videos had that, which I already posted in this video. I'm pre-taping this, so sorry, I don't remember. But anyway, they come up on the screen. The divisions are changeable. So like for instance, right now we got drive pressure 0 to 25. If you click it, 0 to 50. 0 to 100, like EGT 0 to 1250, 0 to 750, or 1750, 2250, 1250, so on and so forth. All pressure 0 to 25 a division, that's 0 to 50, that's 0 to 100, so on and so forth. So, all the divisions, all you gotta do is just click the button down here, they'll change. The stop after 30 seconds is kind of like a data logging function. So say for instance, you're getting ready to make a pass. Pass in Mexico, pass at the drag strip, whatever. You can hit that button and it will stop the graph after 30 seconds. So that way you can actually see what your boost pressure was, drive pressure was, EGT, oil, so on and so forth. That will all be, and these will be changeable as well in the graph screen. That's one thing we're still working on in code. But as I said, so they will all be like graphed on here, and I'm thinking that was in one of Nelson's videos. So don't hold me to that. Hopefully you saw it already. Anyway, so that's that. So these are going to be higher price units. I know most of the stuff I've sold has been lower priced. These were going to be mass marketing. Again, injection molded screen, nice professional grade stuff. So because of that, and this stuff's just not cheap. Once you start dealing with touch screens and all the stuff that goes with them, this stuff gets expensive quick. So, as I said, we'll also be, or maybe I didn't, we're working with Low Dollar Motorsports for sensor packages with these. So like all the pressure sensors, temp sensors, if you buy them from Low Dollar or buy them from us with our packages, they will work directly with this. No issues whatsoever. So we're offering that as a standard package once we get this going and off the ground. And I believe that's everything on this. So I'm excited. I'm going to put one in the Firebird. I'm going to put one in the S10. Eventually, and Nelson might be just hearing about this. I think I told him about it before. I want to do OBD2 CAN bus integration with these. So if people with stock cars can hook these up and say bring in coolant temperature or whatever right off their CAN bus on their OBD2 port. So that will be coming in the future, not directly, and going on from there. Also, and this is another project I'm working on, I am also working on, and this is, again, like a side project from all the other things I've got going on. I bought a 10.1 inch screen of one of these, so from the supplier we're getting our screens from, because I want to get into the digital dash, like the actual instrument cluster digital dash displays. I want to put a digital instrument cluster in the Firebird and the S10. So I got a 10.1 inch touchscreen, automotive rated, automotive temp rated, and that will be going in both of those as well. So you'll be seeing updates on that. Wideband. So wideband stuff is practically done. It's been tested, works well. I've got a couple customers using it already. I've had nothing but good stories about it. Still working on a wideband supplier, and should be on my website. Right now I'm hoping by this next week. I was supposed to be this weekend, however some things happened. My helper wasn't able to come here and build wideband, so I gotta get him here this next week, finish his training, and we're building widebands together so that way I can feed the need. I kind of want to have a couple in stock before I put them on my website for the mass orders. Speedino information. So, still working on it. Actually, you can kind of see, I've got mine apart right now. This is the one out of the Firebird. I just took it apart to show a couple people, so it still works just fine. That's an old box, don't mind that one. The new box is right here. So, anyway. That guy is getting a firmware update and going back in the Firebird. The only issue I haven't released those yet is mainly because of the fact that, I want to go over and redo everything with surface mount components. Soldering all that is just absolutely insane. So I would like to get to the point where I'm just soldering the Arduino connections on and the connector for the PCB board. So besides for that, I like these switches. I thought about switching these to dip switches, but I'm worried about the amperage capacity of dip switches, so I'll probably just keep the jumpers. And I want to do a surface mount version of that. I might end up getting rid of the map sensor on board and just going to an off-car, on-engine map sensor before I release them. I know that one's working great. There are a couple others I made have been working good. However, as I said, I just want to make some changes before I start producing them. And I want to test more testing in car before I sell them, because it's one of those things I want to be 100% sure my stuff is good before I sell. So, like the widebands, as I said, next week I'm selling them. These things have been great. This is a prototype box, so it's a little bit different. The black ones are a little different. But anyway, this is actually the one I'm going to put in my Firebird. But I've had the couple I've sent out, all good results. Everything's been great. Matt hasn't tested his yet. I don't think he just has had time. I know his life is insane. One of the other beta testers hasn't had time yet either. He lives up in Maine, and it's a wonder if that place gets above 10 in the winter for degrees. So, but I had a couple early customers that bought them. They knew they were still in beta testing. They passed bench tests. They didn't care. They wanted them, so they got them. They gave me amazing results back. One said it was practically the same as his LC1, LC3, I can't remember. I'm sorry, but it's been a busy weekend and a busy week. But very very comparable to every other wideband on the market. Worked great. So as I said, I'm working on that. Also the wideband gauge stuff for the digital OLED screens for those I plan on selling with them. That stuff came in. Well, at least the PCB boards did. I'm waiting on my DigiKey order to actually make them. I think that's it. I think that's everything. So, I also haven't forgotten. I told you guys I was making an introduction to CryCut video. That's still coming. Just haven't gotten there yet. I've been like my one printer went down, so I've got stuff ordered to fix it. I've been working on that. Working on the widebands, tinkering with the Speedino stuff. I got another project that I can't mention anything about now that's been taking a good chunk of my time as well. So I've just been a little busy, but I wanted to make a video. I've been telling Nelson for the past week I was going to make a video on these, and I just haven't done it yet. So sorry, Nelson, it took so long, but we are very, very excited with how it's going. As I said, come probably this summer, they will be on the market. And the thing is this kind of technology I've always wanted to get into, so I'm learning more about. That was another reason, like, I bought the 10.1 inch screen, because Nelson's the one that has coded all this. I designed the box and everything so far, and I'm starting to do some stuff with it, but for the most part, Nelson's been the one behind all of this. So, he's done an amazing job. I cannot give him enough praise for this, because it is very, 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 very well thought out, very good. And as I said, he's still working on some code, but it's really, really promising. And I'm going to learn it too, because of the fact that, again, I bought the 10.1 inch display to force myself to learn the editor that you have to use with these screens. So that way I can also start incorporating these style screens into some of my other projects. I have a couple in mind. It's going to be awesome. I cannot wait. And I'm going to make the digital instrument clusters will work with my Speedinos, and I also plan on making them for like aftermarket installs, just like this thing. So I think that's really it. Sorry guys, my mind is in like a million different places right now, but yeah. So I'm excited. Thank you, Nelson, for allowing Twisted Builds to jump on board with you and get these to market. I'm unbelievably excited about this and everything it's going to open up. So, and all this not only just this product, but the other products as well. And this product is going to be amazing. I'm itching for it to get spring, because once this is all like sorted out and done, I can put it in my Firebird and put it, the S10 build. Oh, the S10 build. So I'll have to make an update video on that too. I haven't done anything with it yet, but I've got some exciting stuff happening. So I'll talk more about that in a different video. But I'm all kinds of excited. Very, very excited for this, because this is going to be amazing. So, and I know my my instrument cluster will, take some of these onto it. But for people who want to put these in their diesel trucks, gas trucks, stuff like that, who are, factory style installs, even aftermarket ones that aren't putting, a huge digital instrument cluster in their gauge panel, just want something on their window, to mount it there and see, again, boost pressure, drive pressure, EGT, oil pressure, fuel pressure, whatever you have it hooked up to, and want the warnings, so that way it flashes at you red, well, I think it actually just comes up bright red right now. We might turn on the flashing. That's still a work in progress. Again, these are kind of prototypes. But just having that on your screen, brightness is all adjustable and everything like that, and it's very, very high quality. So I am very, very excited. Sorry if you can't tell. I just can't wait. So, alright guys. Thank you for watching this video. I'm over 1,000 subscribers. I'm almost at 1,200, which is shocking. I'm so glad that each one of you have subscribed. If you wouldn't mind, if you like this video, like it. And if you don't think it earned your subscription, I'm sorry. But I'm going to keep rolling on. So, thank you guys for watching this so much. And have a good day. Bye.